In this lesson, we're going to be looking at intercepts. Our objective: understand what an intercept is, understand how to identify an intercept in a graph, table, and equation. Vocabulary: intercept, point where a graph crosses or touches an axis. So it doesn't have to completely cross it. As long as it touches one of the axes, it is considered an intercept. Here's an example of a graph and looking for intercepts. There are two types of intercepts. There's an x-intercept, which would be a point where a graph crosses the x-axis, x-intercept, x-axis, and a y-intercept, which is a point where a graph crosses the y-axis. There can be more than one x or y-intercept in a graph or a table or an equation, where we just kind of have to roll with each problem and see how many there are in each situation. So here, if you notice, we have 3 x-intercepts. The 3 locations where it crosses the x-axis would be x-intercepts. So what we want to do is write down those ordered pairs. So this first one, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like it is at -5, 0. We've got -1, 0 right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. So those are our x-intercepts. Notice all our x-intercepts have a 0 as the second part of the ordered pair. Right here is a y-intercept. This is at 0, -2. If you notice here, for the y-intercept, the 0 is in the first spot for the point. So these are two things to keep track of. When there's a 0 in the second location, in the y location, that's an x-intercept. When the 0 is in the x location, that is a y-intercept. Where the 0 is important for a table. For a table, what we do is we look for zeros. So this right here is an intercept, this is an intercept, and this is an intercept. So we have 3 intercepts. Now what we have to do is figure out which ones are which. Well, we have a 0 first here. Anytime the 0 is with the x, that makes it a y-intercept, because it's going to cross the y at this value. So our y-intercept is 0, -2. 4, 0 has a 0 in the y value, meaning it's going to cross the x-axis at 4. So this is an x-intercept. And our last one here, 0, is in the x value. So because it's in the x value, this again would be a y-intercept. 0, 8. The last thing that we want to look at is equations, specifically equations where we have y equals in the problem. When we have y equals in the problem like that, we can find the y-intercept very simply. And so we'll see if there's a pattern that happens from this. So y-intercepts always start with a 0. So what we can do is we can take 0 and put it in for x. So our y-intercept is -4. Okay, let's try this again. Our y-intercept has to have a 0 for an x. So we're going to put 0 in for x. 3/4 times 0 is 0. Bring down my minus, bring down my 6. 6 minus 0 is 6. So x or y-intercept of 6. Now what I want you guys to look at is that negative 4. Is it anywhere in the equation? It's right there. This positive 6 isn't anywhere in the equation. It's right here. The y-intercept in an equation that looks like this is the number that's not being multiplied by x. Notice 3 is being multiplied by x, negative 4 is not. Negative 3/4 is being multiplied by x, positive 6 is not. So it's the number that's not being multiplied by x. Alright, this has been a video on intercepts and how to find them in different situations. If there's any part of it that you didn't understand or you need to rewatch, make sure you pause, rewind, and rewatch it, and bring your questions to class. Thank you.